Hey, this is Paula and Louie from the website wildernesscommonsense.com. Today we're exploring Arizona, driving down Secret Pass in the Black Mountains of Mohave County. We left Kingman and headed toward Bullhead City on Highway 68. Around milepost 17, we turned south on Eagar Road, continued to Bolsa, turned west to Ganado, and then south to the Cattle Guard, where we started the Jeep Trail to Secret Pass. Bolsa is a graded road with a sign that indicates the Arizona Peace Trail, a system of dirt roads in western Arizona. The roads through Golden Valley are graded and easy to follow. The skyline of the Black Mountains is dramatic with what looks like a gun slot in the distance. We drove to the end of Bolsa, then turned on Ganado. Continuing for approximately a quarter mile, there's an opening in the fence with a cattle guard and an information kiosk. After crossing the cattle guard, we continued on the most traveled road, staying left at several road junctions. The road to Secret Pass skirts the Mount Nut Wilderness area, so we made sure to stay on the main road and made the sharp right turn at the Painted Rock. The road through Secret Pass is an in and out because the wilderness area cuts off the lower part to motorized travel. We headed up the large wash past beautiful towering spires of volcanic flows and intrusive rocks. Because these rocks are more resistant to erosion, they stand out as spires. There is a lot of gold mineralization in the Black Mountains, and prospecting has been going on since pioneer days. There are many old prospect pits to look at along the way. In the 1800s, Fort Mohave was built along the Colorado River to protect miners from attacks by Native Americans. From their stronghold in the Wallapai Mountains, the attackers would harass miners. Only being aware of Union Pass and Sitgraves Pass, the troops couldn't catch the marauders crossing the mountains until they discovered their Secret Pass. It's easy to see why the Black Mountains were hard to cross in pioneer days, with vertical cliffs cut by only a few washes. On our way in, we stayed to the left and continued to Secret Pass. The roads that continue straight to the east were put in for a coal slurry pipeline, which transported coal from mines in northeast Arizona to the coal-fired power plant in Laughlin, Nevada. The plant was built in 1971 and dismantled in 2005. The coal pipeline was also removed, leaving us with great four-wheel drive roads. This part of the road is easy and passable by a high-clearance vehicle. About 10 years ago, there was a wildfire, and the firefighters used this road as a fire break. The left side was burned, and there's mostly burned-out remains of juniper trees, while the right side was not burned and has plenty of green trees. The road reaches the divide and starts heading down. There are several side roads, but we stayed on the main road until we reached a hard turn to the right. Painted Rock was our guide as to which road was the correct one. There is a faint trail continuing down the wash, but this dead ends at the wilderness boundary. The road starts up to a saddle where Secret Pass Wash starts. At the saddle, there is a BLM sign advising the road from here is technical, four-wheel drive recommended. But the really rough stuff begins where the narrow part of the trail starts. On the way down from the saddle, there are great views of vertical spires of volcanic rock. In the distance, there are areas that look reddish. The mineral causing the red color is hematite, an oxide of iron that many times can indicate the presence of gold. Faint roads going to the right were access to the Tin Cup mine located near the large spire visible to the right. As we continued down, we found an area where the fractures in the bedrock were filled with caliche. Interesting, but no gold there. There's a kiosk where the Narrows start. This is a good place to park if one doesn't have a modified vehicle. It's just a mile hike through the beautiful narrow section of the canyon, and one has to return here on the way out anyway. We knew we were at the Narrows because the trail was just wide enough for our Jeeps to make it through. To the right of the entrance is a group of petroglyphs. Who knows? Maybe they are the directions for attacking Fort Mohave.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see those before.
A resistant ledge crossing a wash is a good place to find water. Burros commonly dig holes in the wash to get at the water. We also found potholes in the rock. These are carved by the action of running water, rotating rocks caught in a crack, and hollowing out a pothole. Now the real fun begins. There are 2 ledges at the Narrows, and depending on how much runoff there's been during the year over the ledges and how much sand was dug out, the ledges might be easy to go down but difficult to get back up. The first ledge was a good introduction to the second one. The second ledge was exciting. Best to take it slow. We didn't want to hit our backsides as we drove off the ledge. A short hike, and we had quiet solitude in a beautiful canyon. Back at the second ledge, we were having a little trouble getting up, so we decided to practice our skills, safely setting up a winch line.
You get the winch.
Yeah, I'm losing traction in front.
After a few failed attempts, Louis backed down and he attached the winch cable to the front of the rock dock. That's what we call our Jeep. Because we have steel cables and they can be dangerous if they break or come loose, we use a weight in the center, but not just any weight. Using wilderness common sense, we carry a canvas sample bag and fill it with gravel. No point in having a fancy store-bought cable weight to add more weight to our Jeep when it's not needed. Just use a canvas sack, fill it with gravel, and you have something that does the trick and doesn't add weight. With the canvas sack tied to the middle of the cable and Louis' pants pulled up, we were ready to attempt the ledge again. Louis looked at the ledge and thought he could make it up if he stacked a few rocks, giving him a better approach angle, but we'd hooked up the winch anyway just to be sure he made it. Another tug on his pants and he was ready to go. When being winched and you have some traction, the idea is not to overrun the winch line. Go slow so the winch operator can take up the slack and keep it taut in preparation for the lift up the obstacle. In the end, we really didn't need the winch, just needed to pile a few rocks at the bottom of the ledge to give the tires room to gather traction and climb up. It upset our friends a little because they really wanted to use their new winch.
Hey, get back there. Now you got to get back down here, man.
Well, I just piled some rocks up here and I just climbed right up.
Yeah, you didn't have any problem at all.
You told me or did I just come up?
I wasn't falling. I didn't have all kinds of slack.
Oh, well then let's just go on down.
Going back down, we'll try it again. How the hell did you get out of there without that? You put it, I saw you put a couple rocks up.
I just put some rocks, yeah, see some rocks right there.
Yeah.
I put some rocks there and I put some rocks here and then just climbed right on.
You climbed right on.
You didn't tell me, did you?
Not at all.
Someone in our group asked what direction was north. The day was cloudy and the sun direction not readily apparent, so I found a cholla that served as a directional indicator. The cholla grows seeking sun, so most of the branches point in a southwesterly direction. The northeast side of the cholla looks drab, almost like the cholla has turned its back to the northeast. The southwest looks friendly with lots of growth. On the way out, we stopped to look at some prospect pits. There's a lot of iron staining around the pits. From our vantage point on the ridge, the view looking back towards Secret Pass was dramatic. Hope you've enjoyed spending time with us today in Secret Pass. Leave us a comment and subscribe to our channel, Wilderness Common Sense, and look for additional videos.